district missionary, and to all the saints of God. It's Friday night, praise God. Hallelujah. You can look back and remember you weren't even near ready to go out tonight. Amen. But you was getting ready, praise God. Doing some things that you need to be doing. But thank God for Jesus. Somebody shout, thank God for Jesus.
Thank God for Jesus.
Amen. He saved me. Amen. So I thank God tonight that I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, and fire baptized. I'm running for my life. Yeah, I'm running for my life. Amen. I thank God for what He's done for me. And so I want to talk for the next few chances I get about something that we need to be able to satisfy God. Anybody ever tried to satisfy God? Really, that's who needs to be satisfied.
That's it. So I can just please Him.
We run around here listening to folk and talking about what they said and what she said and he said, trying to satisfy folk. You're going to miss out on heaven because you're not satisfying Christ. It's important that we please God. Because at the end of this life, He's the one we have to answer to.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you obtain in this world. When it's all over, you're going to leave it all here. And it won't amount to anything for you. You can't buy your way into heaven. You won't trick your way into heaven. Well, I read a scripture and I'm going to talk about it. I'm just going to quote it, but then I'm going to go somewhere else. But it says, without faith, it's impossible to please God without faith. And so I called up Daniel tonight because he could really talk about faith. And not just talk about it, he lived faith. He had faith. And so everybody you hang out with don't have faith. Amen. Say amen for our children as they go to the rehearsal in the back, praise God. I heard them singing, smile, praise God. Yeah. Everybody needs to smile every now and then. If you have faith in God, you will smile. It's hard to live this life, this Christian life, without faith. The Bible keeps saying the just shall live by faith.
Yeah.
If you know how you're going to come out there, that's not faith. Faith is the substance
Things hoped for.
of things hoped for. It's the substance of things hoped for. And the evidence of things not seen. Yeah, you can't see faith. You gotta have faith. Well, Daniel brought to my attention that he had to have faith in God. He was in a precarious situation as a young boy. They said, I want to get some boys who are not blemished. In other words, I want some perfect boys. the kind of boys that I had people to sacrifice, the firstborn. And they need to be without blemish. They don't need to have no problems. But I want them to be well favored. In other words, I need them to already have some favor with God. Favor. Someone look at your neighbor and shout favor.
Favor.
I heard somebody tell me that favor ain't fair. It's from God. God gives favor to whom he wants to give favor to. Because there ain't no sense in giving you favor if you don't have faith. You got to have faith to get this favor from God. So then he said, and I need them to be skillful in all wisdom. I don't want no dumb boys. I don't want no boys who don't have favor. I don't want no boys who don't have no sense. I need some boys that can learn how to serve me. Now this ain't God talking. This is Nebuchadnezzar over here talking to the king. Because he was king. But he was little king.
That's right.
We're talking about the big king. He's going to show up in a minute. He said, and I want them to be cunning in knowledge and understand science.
All right.
In the beginning, see, we don't need science. We just need the Bible. The Bible makes it plain. In the beginning, God.
All right.
If you don't say no more, just in the beginning, God. Because after that, everything came about. He said, let there be light.
There was.
And light showed up. So then he said, and then I want them to have ability in them to be able to stand up in the king's palace. See, the king don't want anybody representing him. He wants folk that's capable. Folk that have something that he can count on. So they needed to be skillful. They need to have knowledge. They need to be able to talk about science and all these things. And they need not to be dumb boys. In other words, I'm glad the kids ain't in here because I can say this now. They don't need to be stupid or without knowledge. You know, some of us just go to school just to go to school. I don't know about y'all, but I really didn't like school. But my mom was a school teacher. So I didn't have a choice, no Johnson. I had to pass all the spelling tests. I had to make A's, and she didn't accept C's. C's was not happening in her house. So I had all A's and one B. And I know y'all probably will never figure out what that B was in. It was in citizenship. Can you believe I like to talk? Praise God. Yeah, I couldn't keep my mouth closed. But you know what? I was so smart, I told the teacher, I said, listen, I finished my work graded. And see, because they think you just wrote something down just to say you finished. No, I said, no, graded. And tell me what I made. And so every time she checked it, it was 100. I said, so, see, I'm not just talking. I'm trying to help these other kids hurry up and get through, so I have somebody to talk to. I was so mad. But you got to understand, you can't get in trouble when you got it right. So I said, Mama, that teacher really bothered me because I made 100 on everything today. And then she want to bring me up here to you and tell you I was cutting up in class. And I was. I was. But she never mentioned that I had my grades and my work done. So what I told her, I said, listen, I'll be quiet then. You just give me more work to do. It's okay. I don't mind working, but I finished my work. And I didn't just finish it. I made 100. So give me you more work. So the more work she gave me, the longer it took me to talk. But I figured it out. See, you got to have a plan. Daniel had a plan.
Yes.
He said, listen what he said. He said, and the king appointed him, or them, a daily provision of the king's meat and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them for 3 years. That at the end thereof they might stand before the king. The king wanted them in good shape. So he provided the best food for them to eat for 3 years. Don't bring them to me before 3 years because they need all of this stuff I'm giving them so that they can be well looking in my sight. But then he said, no, I'm not going to be able to do that. So that day he had some friends. I had friends too. And I got all of them in trouble, but they were still my friends. You know, see what happened, if you get the answers from me, you're going to get 100.
All right.
And I'm just telling you. And so listen, I whisper, I say, now they wasn't cheating, they were just getting my answers.
They ain't cheating unless you get
They
caught.
didn't ask me. I gave it to them on my own. I didn't tell them, look on my paper. I slid my paper over.
They didn't have to look, though. They didn't have to look. They cheated.
Is that cheating?
That was a choice.
They had a choice.
They had a
said,
choice.
No, man, I already.
They ain't cheating
They
unless
could
you
have
get
said
caught.
no. See, Daniel had a choice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He could have said, no, I'm going to forsake this God that I've been serving, and I'm going to go ahead and eat what you offered me.
Uh-huh.
But he chose to stand up with his faith in God and trust God for what he believed.
Yeah.
See, cheating ain't really. Yeah, but it's on you. See, you got to be able to handle your own choice. I made a choice. I'm going to talk, but I'm going to get through working before I talk.
All right.
I made a choice. I said, listen, I don't mind being quiet as long as you give me a reason to be quiet.
Yeah.
So but what happened, you make the enemy work harder when you do what you're supposed to. I believed God was going to get me through school. I didn't like it, but I knew what I had to do. So I had to do what I had to do. And so, since I like talking, I figured, now how can I get in trouble for talking and I'm finished? And then I thought a little further, I said, well, don't just finish, because she's going to check it and say, well, you missed 7, so you need to go back and do it again. I didn't want to hear her say that. I didn't want to give her no reason to say anything to me about talking.
Yeah.
So guess what? I had to go home and do some homework.
Uh-huh.
I had to do some studying to figure out, to get the answers right. I had to know what I was doing.
Good word.
Got to think before you speak. Know what you are talking about when you open your mouth. Daniel had faith in God and he knew what he was talking about. Woo. Y'all will see it here. It's in the text. It says, let me tell y'all where I'm at. So y'all look it up. Daniel 1. In case y'all didn't know. Praise God. See, you study this book, you can figure out. And I said Daniel, that was the key right there. See, study to show thyself approved.
Uh-huh.
Huh? That was it? Unto who, man? Now you gotta please folk, right? Now you gotta make folk think you know something, so you gotta please people. Okay, faith in God. So Daniel decided, he had some friends, that's where I stopped. I know where I'm at. He has some friends. So. Hananiah, Michelle, and Azaria. So they said, man, them names too hard. I can't keep up with that. Let me give you something I'm familiar with. So he changed Daniel to Belteshazzar and Hananiah to Shadrach, and Mishael to Meshach, and Azariah to Abednego. I'm sorry.
Watch out now. Watch out now.
Did I say that?
Yes, sir.
Woo. Now this is the verse I want to talk about. But Daniel purposed in his heart, this verse 8, that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat, nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, in other words, I'm not going to do it, but because he said, let me give you another solution. So therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. He said, listen, sir, please forgive me. Listen, I'm not going to eat the king's food. Let's just get that understood. Number one, I'm not going to do it because my God has been too good to me. Brought me through too much. I know I'm a young man, but he gave me everything you asked for. I already have those things. I know about, I can read dreams, interpret I can do all the science. I got the knowledge, the wisdom. I got everything you asked for, and I don't need your food to get it. It says, if you delight yourself also in the Lord,
Yes, sir.
he shall give you the desires of your heart. You don't need no separate meat and no wine to get it. Just delight yourself in me. David say, in his word I meditated day and night. And then he said, and if you do that, you shall be like a tree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I shall not be moved. Because when you plant a tree, if you get it in there right, it ain't coming up. Ooh, okay, let me stop. Before I get that, let me move back. So now listen, Daniel, now God had brought Daniel into favor.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. And tender love with the prince. See, Daniel, he was like me, he knew how to make friends. So you give them answers, they gonna be your friend. You run a little short in the lunchroom, oh man, here, you help me get 100, here, I got you. So say, I ate lunch good too. Yeah. They had what they call lunch tickets. I don't know if y'all probably remember them. And so you could get 4 lunch tickets for $1. And if you was good, you can get 5 for $1 because you get that extra one. So that means I could eat 2 lunches every day if I wanted to, because I had friends.
Yeah.
And I had favor with God. See, the lunch tickets sold for 35 cents a piece.
35.
So you have to have favor to get them for a quarter. And then, but I was so good, I had so many friends, but Jane, I would get them for free. Because my mama made too much money to get food stamps. I'm sorry, lunch tickets. Did I say food stamps? Lunch tickets. So I couldn't get them because she was a school teacher. So I didn't qualify. But I like to eat. They call me fat boy. Yeah, you don't look like me now. That's what they used to call me. Sir, and I still like to eat. I just know how to work out a little bit. Yeah. See, y'all ain't getting it.
All right.
Daniel had favor. Woo. That's a word you need to write down. Somebody write that down. Favor. He had favor with God. And so the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse liking than the children which are of your sort? He said, Daniel, now, you put my life on the line. by not doing what I asked you to do.
Yes.
And then you're going to show up in 3 months or whatever to the king, and you're not going to look like everybody else. And it's going to cause my head to be cut off. And Daniel said, well, I understand what you're saying, but I'm still not going to eat the king's food.
Yes. Yes.
He said, but I got a little help for you. Let me help you a little bit. My God shall supply all of my needs. According to not your meat or your wine, but to his riches and glory.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I don't need wine to look good. Woo! I don't need the king's precious meat to look good. Because God made me look like I look. And I look good. Blake said, I'll see you in the future. And you look much better than you look right now. Daniel said, I look good now. I don't need to contaminate my body with your mess. So if you just let me alone, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Hold on, son. No, don't push. I'm trying to get through. I'm almost done. Don't listen to first lady. Yeah. So Daniel said, listen, let me prove to you that my God is greater than anything. And he'll do just what he said. And oh Lord, he said, listen. Give me 10 days to not eat your food. And after 10 days, come back and check on me. And show me how I look. I got to tell you something. If you don't think you look good, don't worry about what fuck that.
Yeah.
When I met my wife, I didn't care how I looked because I knew I looked good.
All right now. Yes, sir. Good
I
work.
knew I looked good. Let me tell you how I knew I looked good because they had told me already.
Yes, sir.
Well, y'all like, see, it sounds funny, but you got to have faith in something. You know, because you got to believe in yourself. If you don't think you look good, how in the world you going to convince somebody else you look good? So when I went to see her, Mother Jane, I didn't go in there trying to see how I look. I just walked in there.
Yes, sir.
I said, you just don't know this is the best day of your life. Woo, the blessing of the Lord just walked upon you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hallelujah, so good. I said, Lord have mercy. Got to keep y'all on the story now. All right. So 10 days, man. 10 days. Just give me 10 days to show you what I'm talking about. So he said for 10 days, he said, okay. You persuaded me. See, you gotta see when you believe something, you gotta talk like you believe it. You gotta act like you believe what God can do for you. I'm so sick of folks just talking about, well, I want to thank God for, and you can't even say, I thank God for saving me. I thank God for my miracle. I thank God for my healing. So see, when you really try to get something, I thank God for my new car. Woo! See, you can't even be going in this time, well, I would like to. No, man, I come to get a car. Show me where they are. I want a Cadillac. Uh-oh. And I want the one that got the everything. Yeah, I don't want no little half. I want full luxury. If you talk, I want it to talk. If I can sleep in it, put a bed in it. I want everything on it that comes with it. And don't leave nothing out. You got to walk in there with it. You got to believe it. So faith says it's mine. Yeah. Y'all don't, see, that's why a lot of folks ain't got nothing. Because you ain't got what it takes. You got to have faith to please God. You can't go in there guessing. You got to walk in there believing. So the scripture says, I believe God. Not I wonder if God. Or I hope God might do it for me. No, I believe God. See, sometimes delayed don't mean denied. He might not give it to you today, but that might be because you ain't ready to handle it today. But just keep on believing. Keep on trusting. Keep on thanking him. See, that's what's wrong with us. We just sit here, we listen to me laughing, and ain't nobody say, woo, I'm believing God for me.
Thank you, God.
See, you can get it right there in your seat. Just lift your hand and say, woo, God, do it for me.
Do it for me.
Well, let me close. Danny said, I'm almost there, Victor. Give me 2 minutes. I'm on 2 coaching minutes. I'm going to be there. So he came back and he looked at him. After 10 days, he said, oh my God, y'all look better than what the king's kids ate. Gotta get that king kids. It's gonna be one of the king pretty soon. But they didn't even look as well as Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But they had what the king appointed. But Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego had what the Lord appointed.
Yeah.
See, that's why they can say he is King of kings. And Lord of lords. Whatever the Lord said, it's got to happen. If he told you you're going to win a lot, wait. I thought I threw that in. I know.
Yes, sir.
Things probably going
Immediately.
to the store.
Watch out now. Yes, sir. Jesus.
Some of y'all been saved 40 years, but you heard 800 million.
800
You went into the store.
Going to get it.
And you shouting at them like, oh yeah. Oh,
Yes, sir.
well, if you win, pay your tithe. That's all I'm going to say. Let me close now.
You will.
Hallelujah. Let me go home now.
Hey.
The Lord, Daniel had faith in God.
Yeah.
He believed God was going to do just what he said. But he wasn't going to take anything other than what God told him to take. God didn't tell Daniel to eat no king's meat and drink no wine. It wasn't first Sunday. And he knew it wasn't nothing but the blood that got him where he was. So listen. The king looked at Daniel. And he said, my God, he looks really, really good. Daniel said, you sure right. I've been looking good all the time. But it's not by you that I look good. But it's by God that delivered me. He made me look good. So this is why when Daniel, they took him to a place where it didn't look good for him. Hungry lions that needed to get something to snack on. So they said, Daniel, if you keep on praying, I'm going to put you in the lion's den. He said, well, you might as well get them ready, because I'm not going to stop praying. So he turned to the east, to Jerusalem, and he began to pray 3 times a day. And they was trying to trick him, and they went to the king. That Daniel boy that you like so much, you said, if you catch him praying, you're going to put him in the lion's den. Well, the king said, oh, no, not him, but put him in there anyway. He said, Daniel, where is your God? He said, long live the king. Don't worry about nothing. den. And the lion's mouth got shut. Daniel used the lions for pillars, praise God. And he went to sleep in the lion's den. But the king couldn't sleep, stayed up all night long, wondering, oh Daniel, oh Daniel, oh Daniel. That's what he said when he got up. Take me to Daniel, oh Daniel, what's the matter, Daniel? He said, don't worry, everything is all right. I had a good night's sleep last night. The lion slept with me. It didn't bother me at all, but don't worry, everything is going to be all right. Then he said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They got thrown into the fiery furnace.
Yes, sir.
Because they wouldn't bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar. He said, did y'all hear what I said? You're supposed to bow down when you hear the music. They said, well, oh King. I like how they said, oh King. Can you hear me now? I'm not going to bow down to your music. I don't care what you do to me. He said, pick up the flames 7 times hot. And the Hebrew boy said, well, if he don't do it, I believe he will. If he don't do it, I know he can. If we die, let us die in the army of the Lord. If you take our life in the army of the Lord, when you join something, you better have faith in what you're doing. When you join this church, you better believe that God's going to deliver you from out of your mess. Somebody sitting in here tonight got trouble all around them, but you don't have faith to believe that God will bring you out. But the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they walked into the fiery furnace. And they didn't get burned up, the clothes didn't get smoked. Nothing happened to them. And then the king said, wait a minute. Something's wrong. Didn't I just put 3 boys in there? But look like